views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Coming up on this edition of Perspectives, we are on the second lap of our month-long series, partnering with Race for Reentry, a tremendous organization that's right here in the Bronx, whose mission is to provide high-value opportunities and resources to families and communities impacted by incarceration. We have a whole lot to bring to you today, so stay with us on this very special edition of Perspectives with yours truly, Daren Jaime.
What's on your mind?
Let 'em know.
What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Let 'em know. Anything relevant to life, you bring it to the table. Whether you make a move solo or a movement with a stable. No fables, you speak on your decisions. Cause in the long run, it's your voice, your views, your vision. Keeping it real with many messages for you to know. This ain't radio, but DJ runs the show. Entertainment, he rocks it. Politics, he locks it. The host with the most would handle any topic. Don't forget to share your perspective which shines a light. Cause it might make a difference in someone else's life.
Make a difference.
What's your perspective?
Express what's in your heart and your mind. Share your perspective.
What's your perspective?
And hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Perspectives. I am Daren Jaime. Of course, we thank you for watching. We invite you to stay connected to Perspectives every week here on BronxNet's Channel 67. You're also invited to check us out via online or social media. BronxNet Perspectives on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Instagram. There you can find out about some past episodes and also let us know what you want to see. And you never know, you just may see what your perspective is right here on the very show. Well, on this particular episode of Perspectives, we are continuing in our series, partnering with the Race for Reentry, talking about the issue of incarceration, reentry, and related matters. Joining us in the studio is, once again, Jennifer Lackard. She's the founder of Race for Reentry's New York City first multi-platform collective centered on reentry and the mission of co-creating safe and healthy as well as inclusive communities and neighborhoods that have been vastly impacted by incarceration. And Jen, good to have you again.
Thank you for having me.
Week number 2, we're on the journey. So walk us through a little bit. We talked about Race for Reentry, and last week we talked a little bit about incarceration, and you also alluded to a little bit about how this is also a healthy initiative as well. And that's what we're going to focus on today.
Yes. So obviously the Bronx has this running eighth consecutive year of the unhealthiest county. That's how the Not 62 campaign was about. And sort of just trying to figure out how to raise awareness about that and at the same time intersect it with public safety. So people that are coming home from prison that are impacted by incarceration, what does that look like? And in mass incarceration really is a public health issue. And so today we are focused on all our different partners that are helping us with our healthy focus.
So when we talk about the healthy focus in your partnerships, I know you had to reach across, try to get some help. What was behind the whole initiative here?
Well, I reached out to the Bronx YMCA last year because we were looking to see how we can partner, and their whole mission is about community. So it really was an easy shot just talking to them and saying, this is what we'd like to do. Would you be willing to partner up with us? And really with everyone we talked to, it was just a matter of asking. And they were all willing to jump on board because it made sense.
Right. So April 21st is the day at Soundview Park, and you can check out the Race for Reentry and see a variety of different people who will be taking part in this. And so give us an overview of what we can expect on the 21st.
So it's a 5K walk, run, ride. We have we have 4 divisions. We have the runners, the walkers. We have a disability race for people who are physically impaired. And we also have a youth race for ages 11 through 17, just to sort of get them out. And they're really more in control of themselves at that age, but they don't get that much pressure to pay attention to how to eat healthier lifestyles. And so we've partnered up, ironically, with the youngest of them, a set of twins that live in the Bronx that are born and bred, and this is sort of their whole thing about helping kids to eat a healthy lifestyle. So we've partnered up with the Dow twins to do that. But so the 21st is sort of everyone collectively coming together to raise awareness. It is, just a nice, fun day. We end the day with at Healthy Kids Day at the Bronx YMCA, ironically, which was not planned, which worked out to our favor. So their day is also Healthy Kids Day. And so we're going to end the race at their location and then kind of make it a long longer day of just fun, activities, swimming, just anything you can think of is happening on that day. So it was just a way for us to take something that's supposed to be a collective, a community collective, and then broaden it for like families and just everyone to participate.
So, I mean, you've got boots on the ground. We've got boots on the ground when you talk about how unhealthy the Bronx is, number 62 of all the counties. Is there a public awareness as to how bad it is in our borough?
No, I think the Not 62 campaign is doing a good job in raising awareness about that. So I think they're on the forefront of doing that. And there are a lot of partners who are a part of this, hospitals, clinics that are sort of pushing the mission in their own respective way. I think in our communities, in the underserved communities, there's just not a lot of attention to it. And you have part of being the unhealthiest county in New York State is potentially 30% of the Bronx residents are living either poor to fair health. Like that's what they're reporting, that their health is in poor to fair rating. Most of it is about child's poverty, obesity, access to foods. So if we can do something on an urban level where we're educating people about the foods they're putting in their body, what they're doing, being physically active and staying in shape, those are things that play into why we are the unhealthiest county. So I'm trying to market off or tailor off a very specific population that I know well and I work with to say, how can we raise awareness in this space? And our partners reflect that as well.
So we have a very special show coming up for you today, talking with some various partners. And so talk to us about what we're going to see on today's show.
So we have the Bronx YMCA. They're coming out. They've been our partner for 2 years. This is our second year. We are actually launching Fit Camp on Monday, March 19th. So that is sort of a free-for-all 30-day free fit camp where people who are getting in shape for the race, we get free Fit Camp t-shirts and then people show up and it's pretty cool because you get people that don't know each other, they're wearing the Fit Camp shirt and they're like, oh, okay, and they go work out together. And it takes, 21 days to build a habit. So we're finding that people who were doing the Fit Camp before the race are continuously now still working out, going to the Y, eating healthier. So we actually started something. We want to keep that going. So Fit Camp starts March 19th and we show up Monday through Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. And we just kind of work out together and people do different things. They don't necessarily have to do the same activities. Some may want to cycle, some may want to, go do a Zumba class, some may want to swim. But the fact that we're all there together, it motivates you because there's going to be someone else there when you show up that's part of this whole mission.
All right. Take a quick break, come back with more with Jen and our very special guest. Stay with us. We got more perspectives coming up right after this. And we are back here on Perspectives, continuing our talk on Race for Reentry. It's a part of a special month partnership that we have with Race for Reentry, talking about incarceration, not just incarceration, but really the great community work that's being done to uplift and really serve those who are really in need. Stephanie Navarro is joining us now. She's the Youth and Family Director at the Bronx YMCA, where she's committed the last 11 years of her life providing quality programming and services to youth, their families, in the community of the Bronx. And she joins us now. Good to have you, Stephanie.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
And Jen is here, of course,
Yes.
and we continue. Yes, and so talk about the partnership with Jen and how this came apart.
Well, this is something that's very natural to us. The Bronx Y is committed to providing a holistic experience when it comes to healthy living, making healthier choices, from providing fitness classes to day camp and after school programming. It's kind of like a huge circle that just goes around, right? We don't just provide services to adults or children or seniors. We provide services for families. So when Jen came by and said, hey, you know, my event is on the 21st, it just so happens that our Healthy Kids Day was April 21st. This is an international initiative. So Healthy Kids Day is not just happening in the Bronx. It's happening in Manhattan. It's happening in Queens. It's happening in LA. It's happening in Arizona. So it's just a great opportunity to really bring health and healthy living into the forefront and making sure that we assist our community with making this a priority.
And so, Jen, as you said, the race is going to actually end at the Bronx Y?
Yes, so our collaboration just seems so organic that we're trying to get youth. This is the first year we decided to do a youth race. And so in talking to Stephanie about how we can get her youth involved to participate in the race, then in learning there was Healthy Kids Day, and thought, well, we'll just have them start at the race, participate, which is fun in itself. There's a lot of fun that goes along with being in the race and, you know, just sort of the camaraderie and what that entails. And then that is the tail end of the race for reentry. The runners, the walkers, and the wheelchairs would have ended already. And so being that they're the fourth leg, and you have to pass the Y in order to get to the finish line, we've just decided to have the youth finish line at the YMCA so that it really just celebrates and culminates everything that we're trying to do with that population.
Right. So talk to us about the young people involved, the hype, how's it going for them?
So everyone is very excited. The staff, the members at the Y, all of the youth that participate in the programs are excited. So right now we're running our Junior Knicks tournament. And again, this is something that's happening citywide. So the Junior Knicks will be running the race. The children that participate in our soccer program will be running the race along with the coaches. And again, the parents of the children that are in these programs are going to be running in the race with them. So this is like a family event. And it's just very important, again, to making sure that families are doing this together. We do nothing with teaching children, right? Because at the end of the day, the people responsible for what they put in their bodies or for the habits that they take on are their parents. So we have to target them as well, and we just have to make sure that they're doing this together. And then on that day, we just have so much going on. So we're gonna be having our safety in the water, which is going to be in our aquatics department. So what the community is able to come into the Bronx Y for free and take a quick swim lesson and just, again, going over why swimming is so important. Swimming is a survival skill, very important for everyone to know. We will be having the resource fair as well at the Bronx Y. So we'll be having vendors who will be able to kind of be a resource to what families need, anywhere from fitness to healthy eating, and then as well we'll definitely be having face painting, and we'll be also running kind of like a small Olympic kind of thing on our field, so parents will be able to join in activities with their kids on their own, children on their own, and then come together and do it once again as a family. So it's going to be a fun day.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, huh?
Oh yeah, there's, of course I thought the finish line, the end of the race would be fun, but it sort of just continues throughout the rest of the day. So it's going to be pretty cool to hang out with the Y.
So for people who don't know anything about the Bronx Y, tell them where you're located.
So the Bronx Y is located at 2 Castle Hill Avenue in the Bronx. It's kind of like where Zuriga and Castle Hill meet. And it's like a small gem in the Bronx that no one knows of. It's a beautiful facility. We have an indoor and outdoor pool. We have a huge gym. We have a very beautiful fitness center. So anyone who wants to come in, we also offer free guest passes online in the event that you just want to come in for a day and then you want to check it out. And that kind of will allow you to make the decision of whether you want to join or not. The interesting thing is that on Healthy Kids Day, we will be waiving our joiner's fee from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So anyone that's interested on becoming a member of the Y, that's kind of like the day that they should take advantage of.
Come on in between 10 and 3, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And then we will also be having our day camp open house. So we run day camp from July 2nd to August 25th. We run amazing programs throughout the Bronx, and it's just a great opportunity to get children involved throughout the summer. The learning gap that happens throughout the summer with children is very important to pay attention to. So what our programs do is that we make sure that children are continuously learning. They're reading, they are working in STEM, in science, technology, as well, of course, as taking them to fun trips throughout the city, which they love. But it's a good opportunity for parents to continue to get children involved throughout the summer.
Stephanie Navarro is our guest here from the Bronx YMCA, and yeah, she's the Youth and Family Director there, and we encourage you to come on out on April 21st, and you can catch all of them at the Bronx Y. Jen's going to stay with us. We're going to bring our very special guest next. Thank you so much for coming, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for having me.
All righty, listen, taking a quick break. We'll be right back right after this.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
And we are back here on Perspectives, and we're continuing our series where we're talking about the Race for Reentry and partnering with them, letting you know throughout the course of the whole month some various things in terms of partners, activities, and getting you connected as we highlight the Race for Reentry, and not just Race for Reentry, but actually reentry as a whole. It's a big problem that a lot of people face coming back into the population after incarceration, dealing with the challenges and dealing with a whole lot of other things. And so throughout the course of this month, that's what we've been focusing on, the Race for Reentry. And Jen Lackard has been here with us. And we got some very special guests. And they're the Doe twins. They're Prince. Dow. I'm sorry. They corrected already. Dow twins. I'm sorry. Princeton and Brazil Dow, owners of Water to Kids Natural Spring Water, and the author of several books which teach the importance of drinking water, making choices regarding their health at an important age. And you've already corrected me, but good to have you. Welcome. How are you?
Good.
Good. So I'm gonna let Jen start, and then we're gonna get right at you. So how did you meet the Dow twins?
That's so well. They actually liked me on Facebook, our Race for Reentry page. Actually, I think it was Instagram, and they sort of liked the page. And I thought it was something in their description that made me look at their page, and I thought, wait a minute. These two young kids are in the Bronx, and everything we're trying to do is focused around the Bronx. We want to try to really raise awareness about Bronx organizations and providers and businesses and just in general. And so when I saw this, I fell in love, and I reached out to them and was like, we've got to figure out a way to work together.
So tell me about this here. So the both of you have a company.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. What kind of company?
We have a brand of water that
A
is
brand of
called
water.
Water the Number 2 Kids.
Water number 2 Kids. So tell me about it.
Well, Water the Number 2 Kids is a brand of water that we use that we made because kids wasn't healthy in the Bronx, and we wanted to change that. So we decided to make a brand of water.
So tell me about it. I mean, you've got a brand of water that you're trying to help out with kids and getting them more healthy. So how do you get this message out to the kids?
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, how do you get your message out of this water company and the water that you have? How do you get it out to other kids?
So we like to, you can contact, we like if you contact us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can have us do more events to teach kids about being healthy.
So at your event, what exactly do you guys do at your event?
Well, we sell water there, and sometimes we speak at events too about why did we start this business like right here, but yeah, but.
And so you started this business, right? And did you have any idea that how it was going to grow? Because it's really growing, huh?
Yeah, we said it was gonna grow bigger than we expected, though.
And now it's bigger. So Jen, tell me about this. So they liked you on social media. You followed up with them. So tell me how they're going to play out on at the race.
So clearly, the youth race is the obvious, one, right? But we asked them to come on and really help sort of be the ambassadors for the youth components of what we're doing, because we decided that we wanted to add these to the youth game. We have actually community hoops. So there's a youth basketball game, which ties in the junior Knicks, as Stephanie mentioned, about basketball, and then also with the Archers. And so those two youth games are playing together, and so the Dow Twins will be there as well, just really talking about rallying young kids, about the importance of, drinking water versus soda and sugary drinks. And then that ties over to the youth race.
Right. So I take it you guys drink a lot of water?
Yes.
And what do you tell your friends about soda? Because I just stopped drinking soda because I found out about the whole sugar thing, but I already found out. But what do you tell your friends?
Well, we tell our friends it's not good to drink soda and juice because you can get diabetes, you can get different kind of diseases.
Mm. And so what do your friends say when you tell them that?
Well, they say, some kids say, yes, that is true, and some kids say, no, that is not true. Mm-hmm. Well, it's mixed with yes or no, so
right.
It's both.
But you keep telling them anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys at the race and see what you're going to be able to do in terms of letting the young people know. So this is your message, to let the young people know that you can drink water and have a healthier lifestyle.
Yes. Yes.
All righty. Well, we want to thank you so much and for coming and being with us. Water to Kids. You see the information at the bottom of the screen that lets you know how you can get in. And thank you very much to the Dow Twins.
Thank
Jen,
you.
We'll be back. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with more show. We got some more special guests with us talking about the race for re-entry. And once again, good to have you. Thank you. I got my water. Thanks. Take a quick break.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
And we are back here on Perspectives, continuing with our very special guest. I still have my water. I want you to know I'm holding it down. Listen, so our very special guest, Jody Morales Esquire, is co-founder of My Moves Matter and an attorney with the Bronx Defenders, where she represents teens as well as adults in Supreme Court. She's an avid supporter of criminal justice reform. Also, we're joined by Anthony Collado, who is the founder of Built by
AZ.
There it is, LLC, and co-founder of My Moves Matter, which is a youth program whose mission is to give court-involved teens the tools to cope with the stress associated with being entrenched in the criminal justice system. And thank you both for coming and sharing with us here.
Thank you.
Good to have you. So, Jen, tell us a little bit about our guests.
Yeah, well, it's total evolution. So our first race came out. Bronx Defenders had a team last year for the race. And Jody came because she was an attorney there and was a member of the team. And she also came with Anthony, and he was just, came with her. And we just kept in contact after the race. And we talked for almost a year about the things that we could do together. And then the opportunity came up for the youth race and all the things that we're trying to do. And I thought, I want to find a way to tie him in, because that's the reason why we're doing a youth race. When youth are involved in a justice system, there's usually a reason why, and there's support that needs to go beyond that. And I thought this would be a good, healthy way for us to collaborate, get those kids that are, kind of cycling in and out with someone who cares and sort of knows what to do.
And Jody, give me a little bit about your partnership.
So I'm really excited to partner with Jen this year in the race for re-entry. Mind Moves Matter was our brainchild based on what we've been seeing in criminal justice issues, particularly with kids and teens. And so, our partnership is an organic partnership. I think that we can support Race for Re-Entry with our efforts. And we're just really excited to finally be partnering up with Jen.
Right. And Anthony, for you, this is a little close to home too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, right, it's like a Oprah full circle type of thing, right? I did 15 years in prison, right? And I was definitely one of these kids that wasn't trying to listen, and there was a lot of stuff going on in my home life, in there really wasn't like a great community around me at that time. So I know right now with like a lot of, you know, the whole issues of mass incarceration and a lot of guys coming home, this time is a great opportunity for these guys to really feel like they're part of a community. So using fitness was something for me to transfer, you know, into like wanting to be here, wanting to be in the community, and actually wanting to, you know, give back what I took, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much time.
Right.
One of the biggest things that like I really got from this partnership was just understanding that there was a whole mental health aspect to coming home out of jail that I didn't even know that I was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize it. But, you know, with the fitness, with the mindfulness practice, and especially with knowing that there's people out there that's really gonna put in some work, it really just changes your whole aspect. So that's what it's about.
So talk to us a little bit about Mind Moves Matter.
Yes, so as I said, we partnered up, Anthony and I, to develop Mind Moves Matter. And it was mostly because, you know, through my work with adolescents, I was realizing more and more that our adult criminal justice system just isn't responding appropriately to the needs of teens. And so what's happening is that, you know, teens are at this very precarious stage in their lives with their mental development, you know, and they're more likely to respond to stressful situations with gut reactions as opposed to with planning and to reasoning things. And so when you find that that's part of the reason why kids are ending up in the criminal justice system, and then you add to that having to come to court, the threat of going to jail, it's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for recidivism. So we came together. Anthony is the fitness expert. And we thought, how do we kind of address the stressors? How do we give kids tools, life strategies that incorporates fitness to help them deal with these stressors and to come up with strategies so that they're not kind of responding to coming to court with anger and, you know, other things that are just not conducive to getting out of the criminal justice system.
So there'll be fitness, but there'll also be a message.
Right. Well, it's a merger of like mindfulness practices with regular, ordinary fitness training. I mean, like, it's evident. Like, we know that fitness can save money, right? Like on the healthcare bills on the back end. But I think like what she really points out is that, you know, we have a community that's under like a lot of mental health stress, right? And I don't want to medicate these kids. I don't want, you know, the medication just to be the only answer. It needs to be other type of strategies. And it's not just going to be like a one-size-fit-all thing, you know, because these kids definitely have a lot more issues, right? But I do think that what she's doing is just like genius, right? Because you're really creating something where a lot of people are investing into what happens. So, yeah.
So we want to let you know, you can check this out. If you go out to the Race for Reentry, you'll see some fitness going on. There's a healthy component going on. We want you to find out more for Race for Reentry. Of course, you got the information at the end of the screen. I cannot believe the time is up already. But listen, make sure that you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Of course, share with us in this process. Jen, want to thank you again for coming. Of course, next week we'll have another show dedicated. Thank you guys for coming. And also thank you to all of our guests who shared, but most of all, thank you for you, the viewer, for tuning in. Daren Jaime saying, take care, share your perspective with somebody else. It just might make a difference in somebody else's life. Have a good one.
The host with the most would handle any topic. Don't forget to share your perspective with shines of light, because it might make a difference in someone else's life.
What's your perspective? Express what's in your heart and your mind. Share